Jeez. Well, in case we don't sound familiar,
Man,
it's been a while.
it's been a minute.
Favorite podcast is back, bitches.
MikiDZ Podcast.
Yeah.
Episode 79.
79.
So
right where we
I-
left off at.
So I hear.
Back like we never left.
Yep.
Wow. Feels good to be back.
It felt good to take a month and a half off.
It did.
It
I'm not
like
gonna
we
lie.
all have our own thing going on, and it just felt good to step away and not feel like we had to entertain or force some topics or conversations on you guys. It just felt good to not
Right.
have to force anything.
Indeed.
And for those on YouTube, you might notice some different things.
Yeah, different setup.
Yeah, I lost 15 pounds.
You see him? See him? Give my man his flowers. Give my man his flowers.
Hold on.
We love to see it. We love to see
No,
it.
big ups to Joe, Danger Zone. Shout out to DJ5, Brandon Rosenthal,
Zach Sodman,
Zach Sodman, of course.
your little
and-
brother for a second,
My little brother for the first
For a
week.
second.
for a couple weeks.
We did a 75-mile
Miss
run.
Medea did it too.
Oh, she did it
She
too?
did, yeah.
Awesome. Congratulations to her.
Yeah,
She got her hat.
she did.
Okay, great. We did 75 miles in the month of January.
Nice.
And I got to say, for actually doing it with a crazy schedule and even with a normal schedule, I think that's a commitment.
It is, man. It is.
Because when it breaks down, it's like 2.6
Yeah.
on average, like a day that you got to run.
I'm so glad y'all didn't add me to that shit. Cause y'all have
Me
been real,
either.
y'all have been real disappointed. Fuck out of here.
You know what's hilarious? Did Brandon tag you in trying to do it in February?
No.
Okay, good.
No.
Wow, he knew better. Because he tagged me and I'm like, hey, man, on a shortened month, you crazy. Like, I'm done.
I need those 2 extra
I'm
days.
taking a break.
1 to 3 extra days.
My running shoes are wondering if I've left them.
Now, you know what though? With running all that much, well, running and walking, but mostly running,
Right.
the first 2 weeks, 1 to 2 weeks, like, certain muscles hurting and joints and all that. But
Right.
what's crazy is during that first 1 to 2 weeks, my energy throughout the day was through the roof.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, my body's sore, knee, this, whatever, old injuries coming back. But like my energy throughout the day was crazy.
Were you-
and I was so productive.
Were you doing your runs in the morning?
Afternoon.
Oh, that was my
Yeah,
question. Yeah.
Yeah. I know it's better if you work out in the morning because you burn more calories throughout the day. But no, afternoon, 11, 12.
Oh, okay.
But
Still
just
fairly early.
overall, and of course, you're not going to have the itch to eat like shit. So my eating was a lot better. But yeah, just for the month of January, it was really clean and focused.
Yeah.
And it's like, then I don't have to come and do the pod and then do the post edit stuff.
Right.
So I was really just locked into working on music. So
You know,
Nice.
there's that everybody always talks about, like, if you eat late, it's hard for you to or like you might retain some weight because you eat late. But really it just comes down to when you eat before you go to sleep, which is a couple hours or so. And so I would always, bad habit, but like I'd have dinner after work, which is like 8 or 9 o'clock.
yeah,
So I purposely would run at 11:30 at night.
yeah.
Thank God neighborhood's safe, because like there's some neighborhoods I
Can't do that in a certain
can't be
neighborhoods.
running in the middle of the night
No.
with some fresh AirPods and an iPhone, right? So you might
Nah.
get stopped. But yeah, I did a lot of late night running, and then what sucked is like when I didn't time it right, and I had a run when I was in Kansas City,
Yeah.
which is freezing.
Oh yeah.
And so like I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna do the treadmill this day.
Yeah.
And then when I came back, it was pouring rain, and I was like, what the heck? But
You taking the bad weather everywhere with you.
I found mentally, yeah, right, I did. Took in my suitcase. But what I found was like that day that was raining, I actually ran my furthest and my best time.
Do you think that because you didn't want to be in the rain and you were trying to get it over with?
It actually just feels really good. And I shout out to Matt Kennedy, who was on the pod. He actually explained to me that when it rains, the air is better.
Oh yeah,
So it's pure. And
especially
so,
in LA.
besides almost getting ran over like twice, it was by far the best run I've had. And yeah, so good times in January.
Yeah.
And then, but yes, we actually did build a new set literally right now.
Yeah. Great job on the floor selection. It's a
Yeah,
nice
man.
color.
You know,
Everything got done in here, man.
no,
The whole room.
Pure.
Oh yeah, Pops came in and painted.
Pops. You know, he came in
shout
the
out to
clutch.
Senor.
He's the one that laid down the entire new flooring in here. It looks really good.
Dope.
Painted the room pure white. You know, nice clean background.
Cocaína.
Shout out to Amazon for the suggested interior decorating. We got this beautiful, what is that? Mid-century modern
Yeah.
Yeah, you see it.
vibes.
You see
You know
it.
what I'm saying?
You see the
Mid-century.
plans?
We got the Federnica chairs, not the Modernica. You know, those are like $300 a pop. These are the Federnicas. You get $90. You get 4 of them.
And you have to sit in the one you built because if that breaks,
Yeah.
you only have you.
You're liable for your own shit.
Right. We're gonna put our affiliate link at the end of the show.
Yeah, that's, I was trying to think. Isn't there something you can connect?
If you want a podcast setup,
Yeah, right.
we got you.
There you go. Put that on a fucking resume.
But yeah, it feels good to be back. Feels good to see you guys in person.
Man.
Yeah, and I have to apologize to our listeners because we were actually supposed to be back a week before this recording, but my roommate came down with COVID, and so out of being responsible, I decided to stay home for whatever that was, a week or a week and a half.
Yep.
So yeah, you guys should have got an episode earlier, but it's cool. We need a little bit more time to fill this out, so
It's
it worked
fine.
We
out.
wasn't mentally prepared anyways.
Right.
Niggas was really on vacation mode.
Still, still.
I've been weaving the vid.
Yo, the vid.
Hey, y'all want to come in still? Nah, nigga.
Yeah, nah.
Like now, we'll take our time.
Yeah. No
So
worries.
what else individually? Let's tell our listeners, our faithful listeners, what we've been up to. Rel, what you been up to?
Oh man, listen, so it's been a month and a half. We haven't done one since before Christmas, right? Or after
Yeah,
Christmas.
well, last one recording that dropped was before New Year's Eve.
Eve.
But technically, right before Christmas.
Right
yes.
before Christmas is when we did it because the last one was with Sprite. Yeah, so it's been a minute. Did Christmas, was great. New Year's was really chill. Obviously, we didn't do shit, couldn't do nothing.
Mm-hmm.
We chilled with the family. Sir Andre Cox and I have quit our 9-to-5 daily jobs, you know what I'm saying? Because we was just like, and the funny thing about it is, I quit while I was out of town.
I thought you were gonna tell me I quit while I was on the job.
Oh no,
Oh, yeah.
shit! That's what I wanted to do, but it just didn't work out for him. I mean, the company was growing. They were going in a direction that didn't.
I see what you did there.
That didn't that didn't suit or accommodate Sean and I and what we originally planned out to do. So we part ways with it. It is what it is. It wasn't something that we needed to do. So it was great. We got all this time back to focus on the things that we wanted to focus on. Went to go visit the in-laws. It was the first time we got to see them since wifey and I got married. So that was great. They just brought a new home in Florida. Florida's crazy, bro. Florida's wide open.
I believe it.
But it was cool. But luckily, they live in South Florida, South Florida, like 2 hours from Tampa. So it was cool. It was really relaxing. The house was beautiful. We got to chill. And then we ever since then we just been focusing on everything for Hits Only, building content, working on with our artists, working on production, getting everything done and getting everything rolling. So it's been a really good month and a half to get this time back and utilize that time to build something for us as opposed to working for someone else and making them money. So it's been great, man. It's been great.
Amen, brother.
You know what we should do? We should do some MikiDZ remixes.
I'm with that.
I've
I'm
been
with
thinking
that.
about this for the last 2 months, but I've been trying to think what does a MikiDZ remix sound like?
Yeah.
Because we both tap into different genres. Like we like to mess with a lot of different.
It's funny that you said that because I think I mentioned it. I think I mentioned it to wifey and I was like, man, I'm gonna hit Danger up just to sit down and like see what templates you're using and stuff like that because we talk about everything with the globalization shit. So I was like, just want to make it as efficient as possible when it comes to that shit. So
100%.
I'll be the DJ Khaled in the group.
Yeah.
just get the
He's
mic,
gonna be in
baby.
the background.
Yeah.
Nah. Copy and paste
Yeah,
that over there.
that joint. Now
You're
we need that for
welcome.
4 more bars.
Hey, you fucking losers, you're welcome.
A hi-hat in there. Get a hi-hat.
What kind of is that a Chicago snare?
Yeah, right? Yeah.
No, not the drill. Not the drill.
Use this drum kit over here.
Add a filter.
That definitely sounds like an idea. We could definitely sit down and do that. I think that would be dope. What about you fellas? How was the month and a half for y'all?
Mickey?
I mean, really, it was just the running challenge in January, and there's a ton of stuff that unfortunately, I can't talk about a ton of things. What I can speak about, I guess, is it was fun to see because I think we're bringing it up later. But I've been in the stock market pre hype and pre AMC, GameStop, and I think BlackBerry was the other one that everybody was big on.
AMC, BlackBerry, Naked.
Was that the three? And the Naked was in there too.
Oh yeah, and GameStop. Right?
So that was a fun week to say the least. To see everybody kind of jump on that trend, and I guess we'll circle back on that. But fully focus on that, doing some day trading, and then just I don't know, like building all the different forms of income. God, I'm trying to think of what I can even talk about, but there's like 4 to 5 different companies and projects that are just like in the works. So I guess I'll just say keep checking out Mag Park because
every month Mickey's gonna have a new announcement for this year.
Yeah,
this year.
Can you talk about the DJcity thing that you're doing?
Oh, I can talk about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's dope. Yeah.
So big ups to DJcity. They've been evolving as well as obviously BeatSource and all the great things that BeatSource is doing.
Yep.
But on the DJcity side, basically took on the role as kind of creative director for what we're calling DJcity Lifestyle Program. And DJcity has put out a couple things when it comes to merchandise or apparel, things to represent the company, and they've done well. But there just hasn't been a lot of options, and I think that it lacked, someone that had the time or dedication to go and do that stuff. And so I stepped in,
and the eye, because you can't just do that. Like you gotta, where the level they're at, you gotta have someone that really knows what they're doing.
Yeah, and they've had some really great guys step in and do that. I think sometimes it's just the time or even the opportunity or timing, I should say also. So we saw an opportunity. There was a conversation I think Phenom and I had once, and I did a presentation. It went over really well. And shout out to DJ Marvel, who is a part of this first launch that we have coming up. I believe we're set to launch March 5th or whatever that first weekend of March is. But we're going to put out the first official collection for the lifestyle program. It's really comfortable. Well, Rel can talk about the garments because he modeled for us.
You see your boy one time.
He came in and served the looks. Shout out to my homegirl Jelly. She pulled up and she did kind of like a girl's perspective of the brand, and it was a lot of fun. And big ups to DJ Marvel was a part of designing this first collection, and of course the guys from Sworn to Us, aka Premier Group. They're the ones that have been helping us develop and essentially execute, because again, I'm everywhere and anywhere, and utilizing my experience through Mag and the different brands I've helped kind of curate. That's what we're now doing for DJcity. So that's exciting. That's coming up. So
dope, man. Yeah, looking forward to those. The threads that they put together are really dope.
Yeah, let's just say you won't have to fork up Essentials money for an Essentials look.
Yeah.
Facts.
What's crazy is the Essentials look is supposed to be like the cheaper of.
Oh no, Essentials
like the luxury brands.
Is the least expensive of the designer.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%
tree. But we're looking to provide kind of the same look year round, but in a way where it doesn't scream I'm repping a company or a DJ, a record pool. You know. We're representing a movement, a culture, and it's just, it'll be dope.
And I don't know, a lot of DJs aren't necessarily the most fashion forward, at least from what I've seen.
They wear
all black,
a lot of
baby.
DJs companies aren't the most fashion forward.
Yep.
So this is going to be a really good look. Really
Innovative,
good look.
man.
Yeah.
Especially in this industry.
Yep.
Sean, what you been up to?
Bruh. Like Real said, hits only.
Yep.
Which is wonderful, working with new artists, so that's super dope.
Oh, and you guys are back streaming.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit, that's right. I forgot all about
Fridays.
that. Yeah, we are back streaming.
It's only Fridays.
We do it on Fridays now.
Let's see what else we got. Like Real said, we got to quit. So that was awesome. That's big. And just building relationships with people that are trying to create content, because that's what we do, and we do very well. So, and helping wifey, because business is booming.
Yeah,
Content machine.
Sean's been wifey slave.
Stay at home dad. 2022, baby. Let's go.
The kid ain't at home.
Hey, you right?
He said the kid ain't home now.
You've been training.
Yeah,
Who your daddy?
Oh man,
Quarantine baby.
You ain't got a kid though.
not yet. We don't.
Like, listen, I'm looking at it all wrong.
I'm practicing right now.
Okay. Practice.
This is the warm up.
Layup lines.
Yeah, you don't just get thrown in the fire.
Exactly.
At least if
know
you're
what I'm saying?
smart.
Hey, you gotta warm up a little bit. But
Yeah.
yeah, just taking it easy, enjoying this time to really reset and just get organized, because that's a big thing as far as my growth, my personal growth, organization. So yeah, we're taking control, man. Taking control.
Joe, how you been?
Good. I've been going to YouTube University for all my production stuff,
Man,
getting
shit,
the production game stepped up.
Everybody goes there.
Yeah, no, it's like when you first start out producing, there's so much noise out there, and a lot of people telling you how to do it, when to do it, the right way to do it. So I'm glad I'm out of that phase, and now it's like I know what I'm doing. Now it's just a matter of fine tuning. So I know what YouTubers that are producing to go to for little things, or just building out a proper pop track or whatever. So now it's the learning process is a lot quicker than what it was before. And then I have all the right tools, the right sounds. Before, I think every producer goes through, when you first start out, you see a drum kit with your favorite rapper or producer on it, and the sounds are probably hot garbage, but because it has your Tupac's name on it, you're gonna use it. But then you realize, these sounds suck, or you don't know where they're coming from or what they've been through.
Yeah.
So like through Splice and Slate Digital for all the plugins, or most of the plugins, like it's really simplified and made my work a lot quicker. So yeah, that's really been, we talked about the run thing, 75 miles in a month of January, but and just not feeling like, and I've been saying this for a while, I guess, but not feeling like I had to post or do anything on social media. Like if I have a new remix I want to put out, like sure, I'll do that, but I haven't really been on Twitter reading much, or on what are we on? Not MySpace, Instagram.
Man,
Although
MySpace, bro.
Whoa.
He didn't even say Facebook. He said MySpace.
He went further.
Yeah, so it's just been nice to just, and in January, I think in the entertainment world, we've been conditioned to just not do much because it's a real quiet month.
Yeah.
It's not a lot of work, not a lot of traveling. You're just at home. Some guys sober throughout the month, sober up for the month. So yeah, it was just me in the studio, just working on all that stuff. So
dope.
Really good space.
You haven't been on Twitter at all?
I have
A little bit?
little bit.
But you got a nice little...
Okay, the Dodgers signed a couple guys.
Oh, that was big.
I expressed my excitement over
Yeah.
that.
You definitely jump in.
Did, yeah.
I was listening to...
I have my notifications on for both of you when you guys tweet, so I can make sure
Your notifications had to have gone off like 10 times in the month and a half we haven't recorded. There hasn't been a lot.
From you?
From me, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, but I'm like,
I talked about a Hublot watch earlier today.
It's like your Woj for me.
Yeah,
Just
there
like,
you go.
Yeah.
what's going on?
No, yeah, it's been real. And most of the stuff I talk about is just like getting a thought out, but not really looking to interact with anybody.
Wait, what Hublot watch?
No, I shared a story back in 2012 when I was touring, had all kinds of money. I would go to the Caesar's Palace and go to the Hublot store. I don't think I was with you guys going to the Hublot store, but I was with some of the Party Rock guys. And I'd always go look at this one Hublot watch.
No, I definitely went with you one time to go see it.
You sent me an email.
I definitely, because it's
right
always
now.
I did.
It's always Hublot and Y3 that
that's
was
right,
the stores that we hit.
You wanted the Dwayne Wade joint?
No, this was before Dwayne Wade signed on. This was right after the Otis line, new watch alert. This was right after that, but it wasn't because Jay-Z said anything. It was just like, oh shit, this is new. What's this? And I think that's when Hublot started to pop off, like around 2011 or so.
Yep.
But a $30,000 Hublot watch, I would come and look at it all the time. I'm like, damn, how am I gonna look still living with my parents?
Yo, because he was saying, because Joe would be like, you know what, I ain't gonna be the one to get the Rolexes and shit like that. He was like, this is the shit right here.
Yeah, that's the one. And I would always go, we did Vegas a lot, so I'd always go into the Hublot and just, my man, shut the door. Just take a look at this real quick. But I made the smarter decision, got the house instead. So maybe one day.
Smart man. You're a smart man. Smart man. It's funny. It's funny that you said that you're not in January. You haven't been focused on feeling pressure to like post a lot or just do anything on social media. Because I feel like for us, it's been the complete opposite. But the only reason is because we have a content creating company. Yeah. So we felt like, we don't post as much. We can't be content create. We can't call ourselves content creators and not post content. Right. Like, it's ass backwards. So we were like, we've been kind of, I feel like, our team's been flooding social media with shit and trying to get it out there. So
you guys have been different. On it.
Yeah.
No, you guys' contracts look great, by the way.
Yeah, we appreciate it, man. Yeah.
Done that. So we should have a meeting. Anyway. But yeah, Twitter has been, Twitter is interesting.
Twitter is the best social media platform.
Having that on our topic table right now.
Yes.
Twitter has been very interesting the last couple months.
It always is, though.
I don't know about you two. I feel like I've been on the outside looking in on what's been going on in the Twitter world.
Well, I think that's what's funny because on the stock side of things, Twitter was crazy. Like the hub, right outside of Reddit. So Twitter became the hub, and everybody's talking about either their excitement or their frustration, depending on when they got involved.
Yeah.
And then it feels like anytime there's a Laker game, there must be like 8 head coaches I follow because everybody's got an opinion on every single play.
Bro, it's crazy.
And so
tell me what you would have done from your couch.
Right. So you would have subbed Caruso in.
Got you.
Right. LeBron should have did 4 dribbles instead of 5. I got it.
Wow. Yeah.
My God. Okay. Yeah, I get it.
And we have a lot of LA friends, so
True. Just so it depends on what city you live in. You know what I mean?
Just imagine if the Lakers suck. Just imagine how amped up
we lived through that.
Yeah.
I was on Twitter a lot.
we did.
Hey, when LeBron goes, I'm gone.
But then most recently, I've been seeing a lot of DJ talk, DJ conversations, and I'm probably the most disconnected from the DJ community that I've ever been. With the pod like taking a break, and Danger not streaming at all, but I'm still paying the $5 a month. Rel now only streams once a week.
If you're also contributing to that, I appreciate the wedding, the $5 wedding gift.
Let me tell you right now,
that is going towards a good place.
Guess what? Guess we ain't got to buy a wedding gift then. Maybe we good.
Yeah, right.
Let me tell you right now.
I subscribed for 2 months. I'm straight.
But I've probably been on Twitch the least I've been since the beginning, right?
Yeah.
And that's no shade to them. It's just, it probably just being busy, and stuff like that. But I definitely have seen a lot of people talking about people complaining about those people.
Yeah.
And it's interesting to me.
Yeah.
And then from the outside in, again, I'm just an observer. I have no horse in the race, if you will. Yeah. But it seems like you guys remember like back in the day when let's call them OGs were complaining about Serato.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then now we have this Twitch thing that it feels like some people were like some groups of DJs were separated from others because they committed themselves to this new life, this new world. And I think people, you guys were streaming 2 days a week at one point?
Yeah.
Maybe 3?
When it was at its peak?
Yeah.
3. Definitely 3.
And
3.
you were doing
2 to 3.
2 to 3.
Started out
wow.
3, then it went to 2.
So that was a lot.
Yeah. That's a lot for us.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
And how would you guys say transparently the growth has been from day one to now?
Well, it's I can give you what it was like from day one to where we were at with our peak, because now we don't do it as often.
Yep.
And the reason why we don't do it as often is not because we didn't see results from when we were at peak.
Yeah.
Because we definitely saw results from when going from IG maybe doing that maybe like once a week, once every other week, to consistently doing 3 nights a week on Twitch, it was a big difference. You know what I'm saying? But then just kind of like you said, priorities come in, and you have to take care of shit, and you're just like, all right, cool. I can fall back from this a little bit,
right?
Or I want to fall back from this. So it's hard to say from then till now, because of how we chose to utilize it.
Yeah.
Say I can imagine Joe's the same thing. You know, he at first you weren't on it at all, then you decided to go full swing, and now you're like, I'm good on it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard.
And I'm not trying to make a point of the let's call it more lack of growth, but like I'm trying to make a point of like how difficult it really is.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
So
to like
absolutely.
break through.
Oh yeah, absolutely. To stay consistent was hard.
Gotcha.
To stay consistent every week was hard. There was definitely weeks where we were like, nah, fuck that, we're not streaming. Just because we just didn't feel like streaming. Like, you know what I mean? Like it was.
But would that look different if you had 5 times more watchers?
I don't think so.
I'll be honest, I would still be doing it if I had like Angie V numbers.
Okay.
I don't know if I would do it as much as her, and not that there's anything wrong with doing it even 7 days a week. I would just feel more inspired to do it more, and especially if it's a lucrative situation.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. But you know,
I don't know if I would do it as often. I don't know if I would do it
like what. So let's say we had that Angie V reach.
Yeah.
We do Sundays, Florentine Gardens on Fridays, and then pop-ups during the week. Like I'd be good with just a Friday Sunday thing.
Yeah.
Unless you know, if you want me to do another set, then you know maybe I'm helping a homie out because they do the raid.
Yeah. Maybe I'll do it extra week. I think my set times would be longer.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? As opposed to only doing maybe 2 hours, 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
I can hit that 4 hour mark. You know what I'm saying? If I'm getting numbers like that, I'd probably be more intrigued to do something.
But also,
like that.
I gotta juxtapose what I'm bringing in with the Twitch streaming to whatever else I'm doing, and then also factor in the long run of whatever else I'm doing, and how that might benefit me more than the immediate results of twitching.
Gotcha.
That makes sense. Because again, for me personally, it's like working on production, getting that right. Like in the long run, I want to be out of the limelight, and in the long runs, I hope it's not that far away. I don't want to have to put myself or feel like I have to put myself in the limelight and just work on stuff behind the scenes and just being like, I got real comfortable in the last 2 months just working on music and doing that and not feeling like I had to put any extra effort into it, because most of my effort and, you know, mentally exhausting myself was going into the music, was going to building out the songs and understanding and all that. So long run versus immediate results, you know, but that's just me.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, I mean, do you think I don't know what to say, because it's interesting. I feel like, is there a valid case for someone to, I guess, hate on a DJ?
No.
Well, this is what I think it is ultimately.
Okay.
Some guys aren't getting the numbers that they want, and they're taking it out on others. They don't like how others are bundling up and playing the game. Basically come down to the way the game's being played. And if the game usually it doesn't work in your favor, you will get upset or lash out or feel some type of way. And as opposed to stepping out of the game or getting smarter within the game. So with all that being said, if Rel's doing 10 times better numbers than me and I start hating on Rel, it's because he's figured it out and I haven't figured it out yet. Or maybe Rel's doing the whole thing with Shoney where Shoney rates him and he gets a lot of Shoney's numbers. And I'm going to say, oh, that ain't your followers. Those are Shoney's followers. I'm going to hate because
it's a hating thing.
Because you have a system that's figured out. Just like Dre Sinatra connects with E-Diz and Franzen and all that. Like, and then Angie V, now that she's with Scam, like she connects with those people. And if I'm on the outside looking in, I might hate on that. I mean, not me personally, but I'm just saying if I'm just the average DJ on Twitch that pulls average numbers, because you're not a part of the situation. So I think the bigger picture is if there's nothing to talk about, nothing to complain about, I'm going to complain about, I don't like the way other DJs are playing the game.
Right.
Because I wouldn't play the game that way, but just because I wouldn't doesn't mean it's the wrong way.
Right. What's your take on streaming? Is like, does this have the longevity? Or do you guys think maybe, because in California, we're still essentially, we're not open.
No,
right?
no.
Florida's open.
Florida's open. Texas is open.
Georgia's open.
They can't go nowhere.
Well, Texas,
they open.
yo, prayers to Texas.
Yeah, for real.
On the real. Like,
For real.
they're going through some things, and I feel terrible for
Yeah.
what's going on out there. But I think, with California, speaking on what we got going on, I mean, we barely just got allowed to eat again outside.
And it's windy as shit.
But apparently our vaccine rate is like crazy.
Yeah. Now numbers are going down. Elementary schools are opening up next week.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, so it's looking better in California. And I check, on Twitch you can check what's trending. I check like COVID in California, and every day, Twitter, yes.
Yeah.
On Twitter, and every day the numbers drop, like the cases drop. So
that's good.
That makes me feel better every time I see that. So hopefully that's the case around the country. But I got a hot take for you, Mike.
Okay.
I think DJs' egos are gonna the DJ's ego will get to them, and they will want to be, and they won't stream as much because they're gonna want to be outside more. They're gonna want to go back to traveling, because the biggest flex before the pandemic was, how often do you travel and where are you DJing? If you had a weekend filled with bars or clubs, then you were flexing and showing that you're worthy, you're capable, and you're that dude or that girl. And I think when it comes back to that, there's going to be a few guys traveling, and then that's going to be a flex, and then it's just going to grow. And it's just like, I think a lot of DJs are going to shift their attention more to traveling. Then I'm not saying they're going to stop. If you have a Twitch stream on an off day,
Right.
I think you'll continue that.
Right.
But, when it comes to making, let's say 500 on a Friday streaming and 4 to 750 on a Friday traveling or doing something else, I think you're going to go do that because you're going to want to get that flex off.
I don't think so. And I'll tell you why. And I can only speak about like my experience, right? Like, I went to DJ in Texas, and I mean, I'm not streaming. I'm not doing shit. I'm not doing anything. Like,
but you weren't doing that beforehand. So
like, yeah, given. But it's like, I feel like people that need to pay their bills are going to go figure out how to pay their bills.
Yeah.
That's one.
And why should they be judged for that?
Oh, no. If they're not cutting, if the people who have an opinion aren't cutting your check, then honestly, your opinion don't mean shit.
Yeah.
That's the reality of it, because we're all grown-ups. We're all human beings. We all understand. Now, if you're doing things irresponsibly, different story, right?
Yeah.
Like if I went to Texas and I'm out there and I'm not wearing a mask in the club and, whatever, like, let's just say I was single, because I'm not, had my girl with me, whatever. But let's say I was single and I'm over here like chasing women from a different city, like on some like younger DJ shit. And I'm being irresponsible and
in the middle of a pandemic.
And then I come back to my store and I'm just like out in the open doing whatever without getting a test. Yeah, okay, you're a piece of shit. But if you're handling things responsibly and you assume that you're mature enough to handle things correctly, then I think, who is anybody to tell you how to do your things? Same thing with, I don't think we closed the chapter on the Twitter thing because I changed the subject. But I think honestly, like, number one, nobody's opinion should fucking matter to your success, right? You don't, what is it? What's the word? When somebody is talking shit about you, if someone's talking, the shit talking doesn't come from the top. It usually comes, it does. It comes from the cheap seats.
Yeah.
That's what the term is.
Yeah.
Right?
Nosebleeds.
So like it comes from the people
Peanut
on point. That's the teacher singing.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, the shit talking comes from the cheap seats, right? It's all the people that can't be in your seat.
Yeah.
And so at the same time, the people who are in the good seats should not care about those people's opinions. At the same time,
we can't hear you all the way down here.
Exactly. And at the same time, handle yourself with humility and don't give them attention. Yeah. You don't need to call them out. You don't need to talk about them unless you're going to at them. Sorry. Like that's my personal opinion. If you're going to say that these people are complaining, okay, cool. Who's
complaining? And why are you telling us? Go talk to them.
But see, that's the beauty of Twitter. Is like
That's the beauty of social
maybe
media.
I don't have. Maybe this is all made up, and I'm just gonna say, man, I see them. Man, they hating on me. They saying this and that. Who? Man, don't worry about it. They just hating.
Right.
But that's how you create the engagement and you victimize yourself to get more attention and followers on Twitter. And I don't care to play that game. Like, and I think it's nasty when guys do that. But yeah, that's how the game works. And again, we're all playing different games.
Yeah,
and
I mean,
that's clearly a game that those people want to play, and because they're bored.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they got you got a lot to say, but I don't know what you're doing behind.
Well,
But then you got to look at it like this. There was a couple months ago where Z Trip had did an interview with someone, and I can't remember. Doesn't matter. And he made the comment that I don't want to see, when it comes to streaming, I don't want to see DJs playing typical shit. I don't want to see DJs playing stuff that I can hear in the club or on the radio and et cetera, et cetera. I want to hear the difference. I want to hear the different shit. I want to hear that. And I was like, nah, I got to disagree with you.
Yeah.
And the reason why I got to disagree is because if for whatever reason you're on Twitch, whether that is because you're using it for the income, regardless if you're using it because it's just an outlet for you to continue your practicing and stay sharp on your craft or whatnot. For whatever that reason is, if you want to play commercial shit, if you enjoy it, if it's the shit that you're getting a response, you're getting a lot of viewership from, and it's paying your bills and you're getting a decent amount of income from it, then play that shit. Who gives a fuck? You know what I'm saying? And now that is coming. Now, again, everyone's entitled to their opinion. So this is me in no way, shape, or form shitting on Z Trip. So let's make that straight.
Real clear.
But I'm just saying I disagree with that point that he was making.
Right.
And he's entitled to his opinion.
Yeah.
And he expressed why he felt that way and whatnot. And I'm just like, nah, you have to understand everyone that streams is not streaming for the same reason. You know what I'm saying?
And they're not streaming for you.
And they're not streaming for you. You know what I mean? Like, I don't stream for the money purposes. I'm sure Joe, when he was streaming, he wasn't streaming for the money purposes. It was just because it was an outlet for us. Let's get on. We DJ. We haven't been able to DJ outside. That was the closest thing for us to be able to DJ for a crowd.
Right.
Yeah.
And to continue to sharpen our tools, make sure that, everything is tight. And then when shit does get to a point where we're back outside, we're not rusty as fuck. Yeah, there's still going to be some kinks worked out because there's a difference between DJing to a computer screen or a camera than to an actual crowd. But everyone's not streaming for the same thing. So for whatever your reasons for streaming, stream. Do your thing. You know what I'm saying? And understand that there's going to be people out there that are going to be like, yeah, you're not, to your point earlier, oh, that person's getting the numbers that I'm not getting, so fuck them. Oh, that person is playing typical shit. I don't want to hear this shit. Fuck them, or whatever. And I'm like, you, as the person streaming, you have to understand people are going to hate on you, and there's people are going to state their opinion even if you didn't ask for it. And people who are stating their opinion, you have to understand that you're going to get looked at as a hater,
right?
Regardless of what your opinion is, you're gonna get looked at like, okay, you're being a hater. Just shut the fuck up.
But yeah, and even if you don't say anyone's name specifically on Twitter, it's just like, man, just shut up.
Yeah.
I know you're not talking about, or maybe you are talking about someone, but like, well, how about you just chill and not subscribe to their fucking channel anymore?
Yeah.
I think
'Cause
everybody
what purpose does it serve?
Yeah. Everybody treats Twitter a little differently, right?
Yeah.
I guess we're just complaining about how they handle themselves.
We're complaining about the guys complaining
About
the
the
guys.
guys
Yeah, it's complaining.
complaining.
Yeah. So
So look,
we're adding to the problem.
The only difference is we got a pod.
You got mics in front
I
of
wouldn't
us.
say, and I
platform.
know you're just being funny. I wouldn't say we're adding. The way I see it is just shedding light on another way of looking at it.
Yeah, what's going on?
True perspective.
Because I definitely follow some people who I'm like, another negative tweet. Cool.
Yeah.
That's good.
Or there are guys that are just like over the top positive and like I'm sorry, man. I came here to pod in 2021.
Yeah, you gotta have a healthy balance.
Stupid over the top, and it's just like, man, like
My
I get
bad.
it. I'm not hating. It's just not for me.
My bad,
like,
bro.
Did you wake up today and be thankful? Did you?
Yeah, like I get it. God is good.
I appreciate those guys.
we all-
Nah,
we all-
like it's
man.
cool. It's cool, but
Not every day.
You gotta do what you gotta do to stay in the right state of mind.
It depends on the individual and how well I know them.
Facts.
That's really what it comes down to.
Because you think that it's coming off, it's not organic or it's not authentic.
Yeah, you're just pandering, you're lobbying.
All right. That makes sense.
That's when it gets nasty. But when I know like you're a genuine person, it's coming from a genuine place. Like, oh yeah, hey man, God is good.
Shine that light.
Shine a little more on me.
Preach on, brother. Preach on.
That morning tweet shit. Yeah.
Anyhow.
Yeah, and then you want to. Oh, we went over. Everybody became a stockbroker.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just curious to see where they're at.
Well, that's a part of. So again, back to my bigger picture. Everyone became a stockbroker for like 3 days, right?
Yep.
So again, there ain't shit to talk about.
You too.
Huh? You too?
No, I said you too.
Like,
you were in the heat of all that.
No. Well, yeah, I
but not tweeting about it.
I didn't tweet.
Yeah. I'm not calling out for tweeting.
I haven't mentioned anything about stocks since I've joined.
I'm quiet.
Right.
Actually, I'm gonna say 99% of my posts are my close friends. So if you're not my close friends, if you're offended, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I don't care. But
2021.
No. And again, there's nothing wrong with it, but again, there ain't shit to talk about. GameStop, that's a hot topic. Let me get my average bars off about that and what little I know about it.
Okay, go.
Because not me. But because that's what's hot at the time. And that's what I'm saying. Like, people on Twitter, not just DJs, people on Twitter, they need the attention and they want to continue to have eyes on them, even if it has nothing to do with what they typically talk about on Twitter.
Yeah. No, and at the end of the day, what I'll say about that is, and I've been investing since, I'm going to say for real, like since September-ish. Like I've had the trading apps for over a year or whatever. I'd do anything with them. It was literally like, oh, Phenom would tell us, oh, you should get some Sirius XM stock. Yeah. She's like, all right, sure, I'll get some Sirius XM. Exactly. It was whatever amount of a couple bucks.
Yeah, it was only a handful. Yeah.
That shit didn't do nothing.
Because
you have no information
Long game.
or catalyst or what's going on. Now you start to educate yourself. And so I got into a Discord group and I have mentors. They give me one-on-one stuff, like help you learn how to read charts and whatever. And then this like monumental week happens where it just takes over the world. Like we're like literally probably some 12-year-old, who has his lunch money saved up, threw it into GameStop, could have thrown it if he was at the beginning, even like a week prior to the pop. I mean, he probably could have turned $20 into 1,000.
Well, I know there's 100 stories, but there was a story of a kid whose mom bought him GameStop stock over the summer because he just loved to play games. Yep. And then he got out when it hit its highest. Yep. And he came up on thousands of dollars.
He bought a GameStop.
Yeah. Probably so he's like 100,000 now, and now his mom's, and they asked him, what are you gonna do with the money? He's like, well, I'm gonna save a little bit.
Pay taxes.
Put the others in other
different stocks and stuff. Yeah.
So, but yeah.
Well, he got good upbringing.
No, there's definitely a lot of great stories in there. I didn't touch GameStop until after the wildness. I did mess with AMC, and I did get caught in the wave of Robinhood's manipulation of the market. And
yeah, I mean, that's unfortunate for anybody, whether you were on it late or not. Even if you were on it late, you should have came up.
Bro, I was on it. I'm not gonna say I was on it early. Actually, no, I was. When it comes to AMC, I was on it when it was $4. But I don't do shares a lot. I did options trading. And so just for the example, I won't do the math, but like one contract, I think at the time the cost was like $100, $200 or something like that per contract. And I had like 30 something contracts. And when it peaked
at $16,
each contract at $16 or so. I think each contract was worth whatever that amount was times 4,000%. So like it was worth, I want to say like it went from $100 to $200 to like worth like $2,000 per contract.
Oh shit.
And then it got caught in the middle of that. And I went from like the highest number I've ever seen to like
everything
broken
gone.
Even.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. Like I only played with money that was like quote unquote my profits. So like even if I lost, if it was worth nothing, and I walked out with something, but like even if it was worth nothing, like I'm only gonna lose money that I never actually
had in the first place.
Cashed out. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Got you.
So it was an interesting. I look at it and I'm like, imagine if I played it differently. But then at the same time, I look at it and I was like, it's a moment in time.
It's a great
historic.
experience. Yeah.
It was a great learning experience, and it's
Won't
taught
be
me
the
a lot.
last.
No.
That's the one thing I think that's great about this whole situation is that more people are aware of this.
Yeah.
More people
And
are,
crypto.
Yeah, more people are wanting to learn more about, the stock market, the crypto currency whole situation and whatnot. Because the higher ups, they don't want us to know this shit.
No, even
You
the
know what I
playing
mean?
field.
Yeah.
Or
So
get it
now
close to.
this is the great thing about this whole ordeal with the stock market is people want to be more knowledgeable about this shit. So
Yeah.
keep doing your thing, man. Go get your money.
Financial literacy. It's important, guys.
Yeah.
Fellas, we just had Valentine's Day pass.
Yes, we did, man.
Let's get into what we got our significant others. Sean.
Nothing.
All right, bro.
Not a goddamn thing.
Nikki.
I got her some stuff.
Some stuff.
Plural.
All right, fuck it, we're potting. I got her some shoes,
Nice.
some really nice shoes.
Like heels or
She
some
wanted,
kicks?
yeah, some heels.
Okay. You guys some red bottoms?
Nah, but they were very shiny, and they might as well have been red bottoms with the
Shit,
tag
put
on
the
it.
tag on it.
And then
Is she gonna keep the tag on?
She better not.
no,
She better give you a
then,
thank you card.
Yeah, no, she did her part.
Or Reese's Pieces Valentine? right?
No, I gotta give her flowers because she gave me flowers, but because I got her that, and then I got her. I contributed towards a real high priced item she wanted as well,
Okay.
and it's not about the money. It's just like like she didn't ask me
No, it's never.
to contribute. It was about, what, if that's what you want, cool, I'll pay for it too. And then she sent me flowers, like a huge ass bouquet to my apartment.
your
What kind of
when I got
flowers?
home. They were I don't know,
Like
they
orchids?
were roses,
Oh,
but it
okay.
was like roses, and then the roses made a heart around
I see,
roses.
I see,
So
I
it was
see.
like
The girl got the
a
taste.
red rose heart and then white roses as the outline. And then really that was just because she wanted a really nice placement for our Valentine's Day dinner.
Of course.
And so instead of going outside worrying about, what's the upcharge and the waiting and whatever, we decided to make dinner at the crib.
Nice.
And so we had a nice little Italian, no disrespect, we did well. She did well.
Did you do red sauce or white sauce?
We did red sauce.
Classy.
She made it from scratch. I wanted to use this truff sauce. You guys are on this truff thing? Black truffle sauce, pasta sauce.
We ain't hip to that.
So look, they make sounds like an ad now. Shout out to Mike Snedeker, actually. He put me on their
Oh yeah.
seating list, I guess, for
shit,
some
dope.
hot sauce. But they make they're known for their hot sauce.
Okay.
And their is just sauce. So they paid a lot of money for that. But they got black truffle hot sauce, they got white truffle hot sauce, and they got a hotter hot sauce,
Jeez.
which is black truffle also, I think. The hot sauce is already fire, but I guess they introduced a pasta sauce line. So it's got a little kick to it, but it's with black truffle and whatever their pasta mixture was. It was fire.
Damn.
I mean, obviously the truffle taste is acquired. It's for however you want, but really bomb. And so I was like, oh yeah, we'll use the other one that I haven't used yet. She's like, no, I want to make fresh pasta sauce. I was like, okay,
That's a keeper right there, boy.
So
That's a keeper.
we picked up some fresh tomatoes. She made the sauce. I made meatballs. And
She boiled the tomatoes.
they were canned tomatoes. So we didn't do the boiled thing, but it was like
Did she use paste as well, or just canned tomatoes?
both. Yeah. Organic. Both were organic or whatever.
And what seasonings?
This nigga.
I could tell you, actually.
Make sure she
Not the whole list.
If you want,
Make sure she did it right. Because if she didn't do it.
Check. Oh, we're missing that. We're
Shoot,
missing that one.
let me tell you.
Oh, she did it wrong.
Yeah. I'm out of here.
Let me tell you.
Get rid of her.
Let me tell you.
Disrespect.
It was some oregano. Wait, I don't have the list. Never mind. I can't find it. It's on here though. She did it right.
She did a good
She knew
job.
what's up.
It doesn't, as long as Mickey enjoyed it, that's all that matters.
No, it was
Curious to
fine.
know.
It was-
Everyone's got their own way of doing
Yeah.
it.
It was
Curious.
delicious.
Yeah.
No, it was delicious. I made the meatballs. The meatballs were, she doesn't let me no, she doesn't let me. She doesn't like to eat pork or have myself eat pork. So we're getting pork out of the diet.
Nice.
So or else I would have done, a blend of beef and pork.
The pork sausages
to make a little meatball. You know what I'm saying? But you get a little. Yeah, it was good. And then I make chicken parm fire in the air fryer. I pray the air fryer is like
I'm gonna buy one.
Magician.
I'm gonna buy one.
I got one for Andy and Melissa.
Yeah,
bro.
Yeah, I need to get one, man.
Listen, two chicken breasts. Get some panko breadcrumbs and
we know do that.
And then shredded Parmesan. Blend a cup of each, right? Blend them, mix it up. Now you got a blend of the two, and you literally grab chicken breast cutlet, pound it so it's flat. Throw some mayo on it. That's the what binds it together. Just throw the breadcrumbs, throw in the air fryer. 12 minutes. It looks beautiful.
It tastes beautiful.
Oh. Great. Well, now that I know the recipe, now I want to freak it. I want to add some spices, some herbs.
Oh man,
maybe some red chili flakes.
Teach you some games with the air fryer.
Hey,
I'm hungry.
The air fryer is key.
I'm hungry.
Air fryer is key.
I used to have an air fryer, then someone in the house broke it.
Well,
because they didn't know how to use it. They were moving
what
it.
the air fry?
I don't
thought
know.
It was a rice cooker.
It's.
Who broke it, Joseph?
I tell you one thing, it wasn't me.
Okay, Shaggy.
And I don't know if that person broke it or if it just took it
the
down.
dude that got the vid.
It was a good quality Bed Bath and Beyond air fryer, so it's quality. But I don't know, it just stopped working, and that's that.
If you guys are in the market for one, Ninja Foodie. It's like
Ninja Foodie. We gonna look that up.
$140.
Oh, look that up
on Amazon. It'll be there tomorrow.
I want to say this before you tell us about your Valentine's. The reason why I didn't get mine before everybody be like, damn, Rel's an asshole.
No, you ain't got to explain yourself to anybody.
I
bro.
don't.
Fuck
You know
that.
what? I don't.
It's 2021.
But,
Unapologetic.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to give. I don't want my wife to look bad. Like, damn, your husband ain't shit.
Right,
What you call it?
let's
You know
clear
what I mean?
that.
Like,
They ain't pay for your.
we don't celebrate the holiday, so that's the reason why
They ain't pay for your wedding.
I didn't get her a present, and she didn't give me a present. We personally we don't celebrate the holiday, so that's all it was.
Since Rel's being transparent,
What's your excuse?
we're potting.
You can't say what he said.
No, I got one for you. Actually, I'm not gonna tell you what it was, but we decided that we were gonna share a new kink. So,
a kink?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we spicing things up in 2021.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I'm not gonna tell you what we did or what.
Where'd you get your whip from?
Nah, man, I'm not even responding to nothing that you asked. Yeah, that's racist. You can't ask me that.
Oh yeah, that's not what I meant.
We know.
We know.
Clearly, I felt comfortable enough to say that to you.
Oh man.
And I didn't realize until Rel started dying. So it's fair.
Anyways, Joseph.
Speaking of whip,
What'd you get? What'd you get? Samantha, your fiance.
she, I asked her before, like, we'll get each other little things, and then we'll order a pizza.
Put a spending cap on it?
No, but we know, like,
Yeah.
it's something little. Initially, like early January, I bought her this fancy little shelving system. It was only like $25, and then I told her, I said, hey, if you're gonna get me something, because you usually do, and then I'm usually the one's like, I don't want to do this, so I don't get her shit. No, I'm serious. Like, fuck Valentine's Day.
Hey, that's how I feel.
But I'm here. But if she wants to celebrate it and put a label on it and a name on it, cool. So I was like, all right, I'll play this game with you. So I got her that little thing, and then I said, hey, if you're gonna get me anything, just get me some socks. Like, I can use some more socks. She said, cool. And she said, hey, if you're gonna get me anything, can you get me some underwear? I was like, oh, that's different. I've never shopped for underwear for you.
Here we go.
She said, yeah, you don't need to go to Victoria's Secrets. H&M's underwear is cheap. Just, like if you want to go to Kohl's or Target. I was like, all right. So I went to Kohl's and I'm looking around like, boy, I am out of my element. This ain't for me.
Do you feel uncomfortable sitting in that
No,
aisle?
I'm
just like
comfortable
looking
because I'm just like, fuck you, I'm a man. I'm here for my woman.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like it.
Even though no one was paying attention to me, but I'm on defensive just in case. Fuck you looking at. So I'm looking around and I'm looking at more the lacy stuff.
That's what you like?
I don't know. I don't think she was.
Yeah, would you shop for her or for yourself?
For her.
But it was
no, nigga. For what I want to see her and got you. No, it was for her. But she wasn't.
So you didn't want to see her in that. See, we gotta prepare you for these moments.
I almost got her some granny panties. Like, I don't want to see you. No, but
that would have been hilarious.
No, because you know what? Like, I don't know about you, but Sam has been known in the past to get me boxer briefs that are like super colorful and unnecessary because they would make her laugh. And because I don't like seeing shit go to waste, so I'm gonna wear them and then get the use of them and throw them away. So
Joe, you were dressed as a zebra for like half your career. Like
that's true. But that's
you
when
was getting paid for that shit though.
That's when it was cool.
Oh, right.
Wearing colorful underwear and all that has never really been cool. So
it's your fun.
So then I'm looking at the lacy stuff. I'm like, all right, I don't remember her being specific, so I got her that. And then so she looked at it and she's like, "Now I was looking for more like everyday stuff, like stuff I can just wear for working out." All right, so I said, "Look, first time she can take it back. You got the receipt. We'll get your whatever you want to get."
Did she take it back?
She will.
Wait, this is where the story is, where you made her take it back?
I didn't make her.
So you got her.
She knows
some
what
shit?
she wants. She's gonna go get it. Then she's gonna bring it back, and I'm gonna look at it.
Try?
So
look. Oh, that's what you want. Got it. Next time I'll get something like that.
Okay.
All right.
You know what you want. Why can't she go back and get it?
No, I agree with that.
But
I
that's
agree with
the
that.
same. It's defeating the purpose of the gift. It's the same thing as like you saying you wearing the ugly boxers.
I feel like it's the service.
Yeah,
is the gift, not the actual product.
I understand that, but you know what you want, and instead of going through this,
you're engaged, do you?
Possibly going through this.
But what I'm saying, would you exchange the boxer briefs that she got you?
This ain't about me.
I could have. I just didn't care to go and do it.
Oh, okay.
Now it's like let's get out of the house and do something, So I think she's like, yeah, I'll take care of it. Like it gets me out of the house. Cool. She can take care of that. It'd be different if it was something bigger. Like I think it might be different if it was something bigger and say, let me fix that for you. But you know what you want. These are going around your waist. Like you get what you want.
What color were they?
There was like a flowery purple joint and a black one and maybe a tan one.
And she didn't like none of them?
Well, because she didn't want the whole lace thing. She wanted something more for everyday use.
Gotta go with the Calvin Klein joints.
Yeah, I'm sure they had some at Kohl's. And I've seen her in Calvin Klein, but
you can't go wrong with the Calvin Klein joints.
No. No, not at all. But yeah, that was my first time experience.
Do you guys feel like this Valentine's Day more than ever was a little over the top for
it
a
had
lot
to
of people?
be. And why had nothing else to
like Michael B. Jordan?
So okay.
Jesus.
So my girl brought that up. What the fuck did Michael B. Jordan do?
He brought her stocking.
I want to hear from your perspective. She told me what she saw.
What was it in
Wasn't Tesla, was it?
No, not Tesla.
Hermes. I thought.
Yeah, I thought it was
for
Hermes.
him. Oh, I didn't know he got it for her.
I heard he got it for her, and then he also rented out like a portion of the Science Museum or something like, or aquarium. I think it was
gonna be
aquarium.
heartbroken when she leave him.
And facts, and he had like a big decoration, like rose petals
Just
and
because
a
it didn't
table,
work out
like
in the past with other
big
men, don't
shit.
mean it's not going to
You
work
think
out
being the
with this.
sexiest man in the world ain't enough for her?
No.
Okay.
She'll get bored.
Fam, what?
Yeah.
She had Future. She had who else?
I will say this: I
Future
don't know
presents
shit,
no
but I
future,
like to
though.
think
Yeah,
Michael B.
come on.
Jordan's.
Future's fun, probably though.
Michael B.
Look
Jordan
at
seems
Ciara, man.
like
She's
a
happily married.
He seems more like a stable dude.
Yeah.
who?
Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Future might get bored. And then who was she with before that?
He was loyal in Creed.
You stupid nigga.
It was.
After taking that ass whooping in part 2, you damn right.
Shit, yeah, he got his ass beat in part 2.
I mean, hey, listen.
If there's anybody that can tame Lori Harvey, my bet's on Michael B.
Like,
I would have said Future.
No.
Nah.
What?
Future don't want
Future
nothing.
don't want to settle down with nobody.
that's
Future
cool for
got
a
it,
couple
and that
weeks.
was it.
You can party, jet skis, you can do all that, but that shit, man.
Future dates these
gotta
hoes
get
to have
old.
something to rap about, basically.
You're right,
I think
you're
that's
right.
what it is. It's a sport for him. I'm like, all right, cool. It's research.
Who else was on her list though? She got.
I mean, Meek Mill was on his list, or she was on
Whoa. Well, who's
There
this?
was someone who was before
somebody else, too.
Future though. There was someone
There's
else.
somebody
I'm
else.
sure there was a number.
There it
Songz?
is. Trey Songz, yeah.
Thank you.
He's not really trying to settle down either, huh?
No.
Nah.
Look,
He's
man,
yelling at women
I
all
don't,
over the internet.
I don't know anything, but what I do know is these celebrities, they get bored and they have that little spark of interest in each other.
Diddy.
Yeah, I just saw that. I did.
That's
Diddy.
right.
That's who else he was.
Well,
That's
Again-
what she was with.
Again, you're bored. Diddy was probably a little too old. Future probably acted a little too young. Michael B. Jordan might be right there in the middle.
You're right. You
But
might be right.
again, they get bored. They do something for a few weeks and then they dip and it's like, oh no, we good.
Akon's brother. I just looked up the
She
list.
upgraded.
There's a fucking list,
My man
bro.
didn't even got a name.
Justin Combs.
Oh, you took the son and the dad?
Yep. Trey Songz.
It's got to be
Diddy.
more stable in the world of entertainment. You got to be in a more stable position when you're dealing with an actor as opposed to
She might have had COVID because her taste lost.
Lewis Hamilton, the race car driver.
Yeah, he's up there too. He's a sniper.
Lewis Hamilton?
Yeah.
I
too
think that
much
was it.
country.
He's too fast.
country.
Man, listen. I mean, she got a record.
She was shake, he was bake. No, he was baking and she shook.
Yeah,
But-
she's gonna make her rounds for sure.
Did everybody sound like everybody had a solid Valentine's Day?
Yeah. I think everyone's in the everyone
Did anyone go out? Like you guys didn't? You said you stayed home. You didn't go out to like dinner or anything like that, right?
No, we ordered pizza. Called it a.
Yeah, I think wifey ended up cooking or some shit like that.
Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. We her friend had some e-bikes, so we were jamming on those things around where's the Porter Ranch.
Oh,
We were 20 miles, whatever, 25 miles.
Oh, wait.
We were jamming on those things.
Hey, what was in your tomato sauce? Mascarpone cheese.
Basil. Okay.
Fresh basil.
Listen, and I'm not talking to you,
tomato
Cecilia. Listen, to make, because these guys know how my mom gets down with the Italian sauce and all that. It's a very simple situation. Like anyone that adds any more than what Cecilia just said, I think you're doing too much. It's a very simple, and the canned tomatoes and the paste, like it's a great starting point. But you only need a few more ingredients after that, and leave it be.
Less is more.
Yeah.
Absolutely,
Less is more.
Absolutely.
Man.
Yeah. So another thing that we didn't get to cover while we were gone, because we were gone, real quick, Tom Brady the GOAT? Or
Tom Brady is the fucking GOAT, man. As a Giants fan, as someone, I'm gonna admit it, man. Tom Brady is the fucking GOAT. You have to give it to him.
Look.
Are you going to break down all his Super Bowls for us right now and say why he's not?
No.
How
At the
lucky
end,
he
look.
is?
At the end of the day, the man is one of the greatest. Athlete might not be the word, but he's one of the greatest sports players of all time. Because I mean, realistically, his athletic ability isn't like tested to its full capabilities, like maybe some other positions.
But the skill.
But the skill, the knowledge. He's like
his football IQ is insane.
Yeah, he's on
It's
some
stupid.
other shit. So like, all props to him. He's definitely the GOAT when you think about anything football related, arguably sports related. I think everybody brings up Serena in that scenario because of her accomplishments, and obviously Jordan. But he did something really amazing, and I got to give a shout out to my guy Frank Clark of the Kansas City Chiefs. He actually, while we were gone, also he hooked me up with tickets to go see the AFC Championship when they beat the Buffalo Bills.
Oh yeah. It was cold, huh?
Oh, cold as fuck.
I was like, who's Mickey escorting for?
No.
Taking a page out of your book, huh?
Yeah, like, hey, you doing it right, man. Keep it going.
No, it was great. What was hilarious is I was supposed to be out there with one of my employees, actually. Not that he got invited, but I met him through Frank.
Yeah.
And then so he was supposed to be out there for the game. He missed his flight coming from where he was coming from. And so I ended up going to the game by myself. And then Frank was like, oh, like I got the suite, like don't even trip about the weather. And I was like, all right. But I'm out there by myself. I don't even know where to get dropped off. Like I had to like walk a mile and a half just to get to the stadium. Like, cause
you can't
everything
text
is
him.
on the same thing. Yeah, I can't text him.
Yeah.
He's busy with the championship game, right? So then I'm like trying to figure everything out. then like at the last minute, I found out the suite number. But then I'm like, I'm not trying to go into a suite. Nobody knows me. Like I don't have like a suite credential. He's just awesome. Like, yo, they'll just telling me with me. I'm like, I'm pretty
Just
sure
pull up. I got
everybody's.
you.
Yeah,
You on the field,
I'm
man.
like, my man.
All right.
Like, you got some things to do. And then obviously,
This ain't a club. So.
and then with COVID, like there's all types of other situations.
Yeah,
So, like,
absolutely.
like every seat batch is in 4s.
Yeah.
And they get split up vertically. And so like the whole thing is kind of funny. So I ended up sitting by myself. Later found out that his car guy was seated next to me. But yeah, I just froze my ass off and watched the game from the 50-yard line.
Nice.
And just
Dope.
had a blast.
That must have been a great experience, though, to be one of like a couple thousand people in the stadium and just like
'cause
watching
normally
this
it's-
monumental game, or next to the monumental game.
No, yeah. I looked up how much these tickets would go for. I was like, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I cannot imagine.
Yeah.
AFC
Fun.
championship, man.
Yeah. I had no
Listen.
desire to go see the city, honestly. I was there for the game and
Yeah,
It was too cold to go see
probably
city
not missing
anyways.
much
Yeah.
during COVID.
yeah. I happened to stay at the hotel where the Bills were staying.
Mm.
And it, like, oh god, Psycho fans are crazy. Like,
Yeah.
it was an experience.
Hey, man, shout out to Buffalo. This is the closest y'all been since Jim Kelly days.
They got a
Yeah,
great team.
since the early 90s, man.
Yeah. So
Yeah, it was great. Yeah, Tom Brady's the GOAT, man. I was talking to Sean about it, and I was just like, yo, you can't deny Tom Brady, man. You got to put his name up there with Jordan. You got to put his name up there with LeBron, Tiger, Serena. You know what I mean? Like, he's the GOAT. You take him away from Belichick because you think, oh, Tom's only great because he's got Belichick. And
then he went
and then he left Belichick, took Gronk with him, right?
Right.
Says, I want Leonard Fournette and I want Antonio Brown. Gets both of them. No different than what LeBron
it's
does.
like a movie.
No, you know what I'm saying? No different what LeBron does. And then, fuck, why I keep forgetting the coach's name of the
Yeah, but all
Bucks?
those guys were written off. That's
Arias?
what's
Hey,
beautiful.
that's the
about it.
beautiful thing about it. Yeah.
Arias?
Hey, we're
Yes.
getting a team together. You
Bruce
want to play?
Arias goes, I just let him coach.
Yeah.
I go out there and he has ideas and I let him do his thing. He says he
Simplify.
expressed to me that he didn't have that ability in New England, and I just let him do his thing. And he goes out there and he
He did his
he
thing.
did his fucking thing. He went out there and he was think about it. Realistically, even with Tom Brady before winning the Super Bowl, he was still considered one of the greatest to do this, to play this sport. They were still the underdog.
Yeah.
Even with Kansas City coming out of, COVID protocol, half of their team either being affected by COVID or injured, they were, Buccaneers were still the underdog going into this game because you got fucking Patrick Mahomes, you got Travis Kelce, Tariq Hill, et cetera, et cetera. So it was just like, and even I thought it. I was like, again, I was being biased. I'm going to vote for the black quarterback. I'm being honest with y'all. I'm going to vote for the black quarterback. I'm not going to be surprised if Tom Brady wins. He's fucking Tom Brady. But I'm going to think that, Kansas City's offense is a little bit more high-powered than what the Buccaneers defense could, take on. Man, was I wrong.
We were all wrong.
I wrong. But congratulations, Tom Brady. You consider doing the thing, man. If he wins another one before he's retired,
It's easy. It's
the greatest football player of all time.
greatest.
I will give him that.
Well, see, here's the thing, and I know I'm on a ledge by myself with this, and I tweeted this. I'm sure you got this alert days ago or weeks ago. Tom Brady is a reason why baseball players should be considered some of the best athletes. Let that sink in.
Because of the age?
No, because in a sport where you have to be incredibly athletic, he is considered the best because there's more. And this is my point. I always have this conversation with DJ, who's an college basketball player. So he's played at a high level because there's more to being an athlete than jumping extremely high and running extremely fast.
Yeah.
Okay. And throwing something extremely far. Okay. There's a lot of skills, reaction skills.
Mm-hmm.
There's decision making. And in baseball, everything happens in split seconds, right? Like you literally you have less than a second to react to a pitch, right?
Mm-hmm.
And again, I understand everyone's like baseball players are fat and blah, blah, blah. But there is something within their body, their athletic body, that gives them the opportunity to react to a 100-mile-per-hour fastball or a ball hit 110 miles per hour off a bat, and you're playing third base or you're on the mound to make it even harder. So again, my point, Tom Brady is a reason why baseball players should be considered some of the best athletes, because he has a dad bod. Like when you think athlete, you don't think Tom Brady, but because
I mean, you can say that about most quarterbacks in the league right now.
Yeah,
though.
but he's also like 6'4", like he's a big guy.
And I think the argument with that would be that the sports are not as fast paced.
Yeah.
One is not
you
as
got to
fast paced as
define,
the other.
and you got to
because I don't think people's knowledge on baseball in general, like more times than none, people are saying would say, "Oh, I should have kept playing baseball." Like it was an easy,
Like it was an easy
an
option.
easier option of basketball, football, and baseball growing up. Like I should have stuck with baseball.
I, as a super athletic person, I would say that you could take a person like myself and put them in any one of these sports, and they could potentially excel.
Yeah.
Versus a Tom Brady. Well, I wouldn't even use him as an excuse because, like you said, he's 6'4".
Yeah.
Dude's big. So I mean, I don't know if I would agree with that.
That's why I have to disagree too,
Yeah.
because I mean, look at Altuve. Like his height, right, wouldn't match in any other sport.
Yeah.
Like, and so it really just comes down because when you say,
But I'm not comparing like put these guys in different sports.
No.
You give Tyreek Hill a bat, he's probably not going to know what to do with it.
no.
I don't know.
I understand what you're saying. I
make him
think
a designated runner.
the key word you said is that baseball players are the greatest athletes.
They have to be considered.
Well, then that leaves it a little
Yeah,
open.
it was open.
But okay,
But I hear what you're saying.
Because I'm not going to
What's-
roll out a Michael Jordan or obviously a Tom Brady or a LeBron.
See, okay, so here's the only reason I disagree in this statement. The only reason I disagree is because when you think of the term athletic ability or an athlete, like you're typically talking about what they're capable of doing with their body, not with their mind. Tom is an amazing athlete or student of the game or master of the game because of his mind more than his body.
Yeah.
And then on the baseball side, I think it's more of a mental thing than it is a physical thing.
Yeah.
And then when you think about it, the longevity of a baseball player's lifespan, right, beyond like
it's
the
not a contact
professionals, typically doesn't have to do with their physical abilities. It has to do with how dedicated or what they're doing with them, right?
But it does, and I say that because you have to react.
No.
Every game is a game of reacting, and with baseball, you have
But you're
every
reacting to
every
a-
moment is a split second of reaction.
But you're reacting to a mental game, right? Like what pitch is coming, what's this coming, what's that coming.
Same thing
You're
as
not,
golf.
You're not really like being fast in baseball doesn't separate you other than in some spaces of the game, not the entire game.
Right.
Football, like your speed is going to be the difference between you being a premier like receiver or not, or it'll be the difference between you being sacked or not. Like that's where the term just athlete is my only gripe with this statement.
Right.
I agree with you where you got to be like sharp.
I think the one thing though,
Because I could be a baseball player
the
with my body.
technically, yeah. The one thing though, and we can move on after this, but the one thing though that I will say, what's more appealing to the average person? How fast you can run, how high you can jump, and things that are like that. Like
Absolutely.
there's no way I can ever do what Michael Jordan does. I'm fascinated by it. So that's why when you think athlete, you think like the bigger like it's a slam dunk of a situation, right? Like a slam dunk is more appealing than probably hitting a home run or throwing 90
But we had
miles
that
per hour.
argument, and I mean, I would say they're equal.
I think the argument was what would feel better, hitting a home run
maybe
Yeah.
or
And I mean, I think
it's just what people see every day on ESPN, the slam dunks. Like, man, he's a great athlete. But if you see a home run, it's just the ball looks like it's moving 5 miles per hour on the TV.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it doesn't look appealing. It's more about what's appealing
If
to
I
it.
could hit a hole in one,
No, it's crazy.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like to add to the argument is that
Right.
how come when we talk about greatest athletes of all time, Tiger doesn't necessarily get mentioned all the time.
no, I think he's in there.
You know what I'm saying? He's in there,
Oh, yeah.
absolutely 100%.
I think
When we- what
people
you call it?
consider more Tiger than a baseball player. For
Well, yeah,
greatest athlete.
I think that's due to his accomplishments.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Because
But also a part about being an athlete is timing. Like if you're going to jump and block, if you're going to jump 50 feet in the air and block somebody, you have to have it timed out, right? Like
Yeah.
you can't, sure you can do it, but there's a difference between the guys that make it to the NBA because they got timing and the guys that settle for playing ball in Venice Beach.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So, whatever. I just thought seeing that, I was like, oh man, come on, baseball players, give him some love. All right.
Put it back in Tom Brady's hands. He's gonna be like, what do I do?
Real quick, let's just jump to the Weeknd's performance because
We just talked about football. And
Football,
the
yeah.
Super Bowl.
yeah. My only take on this is because there was a lot of hate, and again, you saw one of my 10 tweets.
Yes.
The only thing that separates the Weeknd from all the other performers is he doesn't dance and he doesn't play an instrument. If he did one of the two or both, you would have. I don't know if you would consider it to be the best performance, but you wouldn't have thought it wasn't a good performance. And that's all I got on that.
I thought it was a great performance, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? Because I think people, what would you expect from the Weeknd during a football NFL
And his
halftime?
music is dark.
So a Super Bowl halftime time. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to get House of Balloons Weeknd.
The best part was the darkest songs that he did, which was House of Balloons, the Susie and the Banshees clip. And then that went into Blinding. Like the ending was strong. I was like, no, he just like I
Can't
felt
feel
more
my face,
pumped
Blinding Lights. Like I thought, you know what I mean? Even if those are more of his popular tracks and you could be like, whatever about those tracks, I thought it was a great overall performances. Even knowing the story of him putting his own money into the situation and getting the performances.
I think we got the same take.
Getting the performance that he wanted, it's kind of like, okay, you know what I mean? I can't be mad at that. Like
It's always dope when you see, because just touring and all that, when I hear about artists putting money back into their shows, like, damn, did he even make anything?
Yeah. I don't think he got paid for it.
I'm sure he didn't.
Oh, I don't know, but I'm not saying about him.
I mean,
I'm just saying in general.
There's a rumor going around that he didn't get paid for it.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
sure.
Yeah.
Well, and whatever they paid, it probably didn't cover what he put. But
Right.
I guess, and we'll find out in a second if Sean had the same take. But if I didn't hear about him putting up how much money he put up, I would be good with that performance. But because they mentioned all this extra money that went into the
$7 million.
right, $7 million, which I think his initial budget was $3 million,
Yeah.
something like that. So him to put up $7 additional million makes me wonder what the hell he would have done with just $3 million.
Come on, that microwave room couldn't have cost more than $5,000.
Yeah, I think that was the only thing that was
The
missing.
opening scene, like where where it's like how they artistically put all these different scenes and they come together with like, I think that's that one artist that does all the stuff probably did that, but like where depending on what angle you're shooting, he's in a different scene. That shit was like amazing.
Yeah.
That was quite amazing to see the pull out from that. Pause maybe. But after that, it was kind of like, I don't know, it just felt like lighting and extras to me.
I don't know. I think he had to pay that much money due to the fact that we're in the middle of a pandemic.
Maybe.
I think he had to pay that much more money because of the fact that, now granted, it was in Tampa, it was in Florida. So, and, you know, Florida's a lot open than
I was dead.
most
They said
states,
that's the most
whatever.
people that have worn a mask in Florida since.
Yo, like I said, I visited Florida a couple of weeks ago. Man, yeah, listen, it's different out there. That's all I'm saying. I mean, I get your point, and you know what I mean.
I think it's the hype that came with
just-
that. I'd be good with it if there wasn't so much hype behind that.
Agreed.
But I've never put on a performance. So.
And again, his music isn't dance friendly. You know what was boring when they had to use Bruno Mars and who was it? Beyonce. Who was that band? They had a band perform, and it was boring. But because they finished it up with Bruno and Beyonce,
what
was that?
Was it Coldplay?
Coldplay.
Yeah.
Yeah, like come on, man. Like that's got to be the widest decision ever.
Hey, man,
But
it was during the time.
and
where,
the most like that's not the songs I want to hear during the halftime. But they were smart to put in like Bruno
was
needs his
switching it up.
own. I think Beyonce's never had her own, right? She needs her own. She did her own.
Yeah.
Yeah, she
Then who went with Bruno and Coldplay? There was someone else. Maybe it was just
Cardi
one.
B.
J-Lo.
I think.
No. J-Lo had her own.
It was a
Yeah.
woman. Yeah, but
Oh, J-Lo and Shakira did last
Yeah,
year.
J-Lo. Yeah.
yeah, it's rare that an artist just does it by themselves. They always get like a co-headliner or someone, whatever. You know what I mean? But I will say, fucking Jasmine Sullivan and her bodied that shit. Like
Anthems.
the national anthems and shit. They
Smoked them.
bodied them things, man. But yeah, it was a solid Super Bowl.
Speaking of new music, new Drake.
haven't
Drizzy?
heard it. But you played it.
If you was in the stream,
We heard it in the stream.
Man, listen. Shout out to our guy Night Train. He told me that I can say this. So, It's actually Draco the Ruler track featuring Drake. We were streaming on Friday night. Andre Cox, the wifey J Rose, and myself were streaming on Friday night, and Night Train had tuned in, as well as Mickey War and a handful of our, lovely friends and associates and whatnot. And Night Train went ahead and he texted me and he goes, "Hey man, I got something for you. Go crazy." I'm listening to it on my phone, and because the track starts with Drake, I automatically assumed it was a Drake track.
Yeah.
So I just downloaded it. I didn't even listen to it. I heard the first couple of lines. I was like, "Oh shit!" Downloaded this shit. Downloaded it. Once I downloaded it and I listened to it, I listened further, and then I got to Draco the Ruler's verse or whatever. But dope ass track. What the fuck was it? I forgot what the fuck it was called.
Titled "Talk to Me." You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah, but I don't know if that's what that was the final, you call it. Yeah. But yeah, Night Train shot it over to me. I think I ran it back twice on my stream.
Yep.
And then on Valentine's Day, Night Train did a stream, and then he played it on his stream. And he shouted me out because he was like, technically, Ro was the first person to play this out. But I was like, well, I only played it, nigga, because you sent it to me.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you can give me the flowers, but I'm not going to take them because if I wouldn't played it, if you
listen
didn't
here,
send me the
man,
track.
MikiDZ Pod, we breaking shit first.
We break,
around
yeah,
here,
man.
all right.
So
if
you
you
already
want
know.
to hear it, pull up Friday night.
Yeah,
we done,
Friday.
yeah. I'm gonna drop
only.
it. I'm gonna drop it again, man. We're gonna drop it a couple more times. It's a dope track. It was a really dope track. If it's any sort of resemblance of what Drake's album may sound like, and I don't know because he's technically a feature on it, I'm excited for the album. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. So, Mickey, what'd you think of the track?
It's fire.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. It was a good vibe. Just the energy was good.
Yeah, it definitely was.
So,
It definitely made me be excited, get ready for like the summer, hoping things open up just a little bit more that we can be out there and listen to some of this music outside. So,
right.
yeah. Yeah, man.
Well, shit.
Yeah.
I think that wraps it up for us today.
Yeah, and of course, we still got globalization going
Absolutely.
strong.
Yes,
Last week,
sir.
we had,
Stress, right?
We had Stress, but yeah, okay. We had Stress from LA, Mr. Jetpack Bags himself. You've seen him on the MikiDZ Pod.
Yes.
Handing out discounts like candy.
Right.
And up next, we got Dex from Milwaukee.
Yo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So shout out to him. Shout out to those guys.
Yeah, big ups to him, man. Seeing his tweet blew up.
Oh,
Everybody's
yeah,
excited.
yeah. He
What
Dex,
Dex.
Dex.
Which
DJ
one?
Dex.
He tweeted a week out that he's going to be the next guest.
Oh,
on
yeah.
he's
That's
gonna
right.
be on the show.
I replied to him. That's right.
Yeah,
I did
you got a
reply to
lot
him.
of love for that. And, we love seeing that when we have our guys promote early or just get the love. And because it means we can tell who it really means something to.
Right.
And who other guys are just like, yeah, I got you.
Yeah,
Right.
like they doing us a favor.
Right.
But again, we appreciate everybody that
we appreciate it. It's just everyone promotes differently, I guess.
Right.
So yeah, shout out to Dex again. And that does it for us, man. We're back. We'll be back every week
Yep.
from here on out. And that's it.
Thanks for tuning in.
Peace.
Keep up with us at MikiDZ Show.
Yep.
Yes, please.
MikiDZ Show.
Show for show.
Peace.
Peace.